of game it was going to be. It's going to be a dogfight, from start to finish, and I'm doing well mentally and physically. I'm in a better spot now, so yeah.
If you played if you had a game last Saturday, you wouldn't have played?
Last Saturday, no, I wouldn't have played.
What was the head? Was it just a hit to the eye? What was the injury there?
Yeah, so I got hit to the eye, and I kind of went through some protocols just to make sure I'm good. I sat out just to get back to recovery-wise and make sure I feel good leading up to the next week. So I went through the protocols, passed the testing, and did some individual workouts just to get my legs going again and just get a feel for energy-wise and not make sure I'm too fatigued.
How are you mentally preparing for Saturday's game?
Just taking it all in. Realizing that I'm just gonna embrace this moment. I know the type of game it's gonna be. I know it's Duke versus North Carolina, so I'm mentally there already. But just going there with the mindset of just doing whatever it takes to win.
Well, last year there were stretches where you took over the game, driving and dishing and scoring, and in an environment like that at Cameron, what goes through your head in that sort of game?
I mean, for me, I love these type of games. I love the big moments, and I just get a feel for the game. I don't really try to force anything. Just let the game come to me, and I think that's what I do best. And I know, tomorrow's game is going to be, a fight from start to finish. So I know for me, I got to be ready to help us win.
Do you hear the students talking during the game?
I usually tune them out. I don't really listen to them at all. I just focus on the game. So.
Sort of on that, I asked Armando who's going to be the bigger target tomorrow night, he or Caleb. And I'll tell you who he said in a second. I'm curious who you think will be the bigger target.
He said him or Caleb?
Between the two of them, I asked him. I'll tell you who he said in a second. I want to hear what you say first.
That's hard. I'm gonna go with C. I think Caleb probably.
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's what he said.
Yeah, because the shot and then the iconic photo of the dunk and his tongue out.
Yeah. So
but he said he wants to get the brunt of it, though.
I'm pretty sure he does. That's what Mamba thinks hat on. So.
Caleb has thrived on the road before when he's getting a lot of abuse from the fans. Do you think that tomorrow night will be good for him because he's going to get that and he kind of feeds off of it pretty well?
Yeah, I mean, he kind of feeds into that, like you said, and just plays his game and kind of just gets his motor going. So yeah.
RJ, you were saying you were already mentally there.
Yeah.
When your mind goes back to those two games, the game at Duke and the game in New Orleans, what do you remember from those? What is the first thing that pops up for you when you think about it?
Just the whole moment, embracing it. Just not just from playing, just to be part of history. We were the first two teams to play in the Final Four, and then just to look around and. Just seize that moment and embrace it. And to also get a win, especially those last two games, because that was very special to us. And at the same time, we had a lot of doubters around that time. So just to prove them wrong, felt really good.
So you remember looking around, in the Superdome or at Duke?
I'm looking around the Superdome, just looking around in camera and just seeing the faces, that just how packed it was. It was standing room only. So. Yeah. Just kind of those type of moments. It's the little things that matter.
When you think the challenge of moving past that, emotionally speaking.
Yeah, I mean, 100%. I think, we've, last year is last year. We have a whole different team. They have a whole different team. So, we're eager to win, so they are. So is they. So at the same time, you kind of just got to move past that. You can't really dwell on it, and just move forward and. Focused on what we did this year, this past couple of days of practice, preparing. So.
Did Coach Davis articulate that to you all? Because I know in the preseason, throughout half the season, I guess the hype video showed those two games, a couple moments. They're not in there anymore.
Yeah.
That's maybe kind of a message of not looking back. So I'm wondering if you directly articulated that sentiment to you guys.
Yeah, HD does a great job of just focusing on the present and living in the moment, and not trying to look too far ahead or backwards. It's just enjoy this because you can't get this back, and that's what he always says to us.
You guys watched those videos, the video before the starting lineup introduction. When did you notice that they took out the Coach K takes a big L or whatever, that part?
They took that out?
Yeah.
I didn't realize.
You didn't realize it? Yeah, they took it out. I guess probably about a month ago.
It depends on my mood if I'm paying attention.
See, that's what Andrew's saying. That's kind of what I thought. That was sort of the cutting of the cord to what happened last year.
Depends on my mood if I'm paying attention to the Jumbotron.
What are you thinking about when that's going on? Some of the guys are looking up there.
Sometimes I look up. Sometimes I have my head down. That's when I'm just locked in.
When you go back to the emotion from last year, both those wins were emotional. And after the one in New Orleans, like there's so many amazing images of you guys expressing emotion. Could you ever have imagined having that kind of emotional level for a sporting event, for winning a game?
I mean, now like you could, you kind of see just on TV, just like as a kid growing up, and then just to actually feel that moment, feel that type of feeling. It's a great emotion. It shows how much of a competitor, I am, and the rest of my teammates are, and just to come out with the win, just brought smiles across our face. We were super excited, and that's something that we want to feel again.
Coach Davis. It seems like there hadn't been many games where you, Caleb, and Armando have all shot well at the same time. What is it going to take to kind of unlock that?
I think it's just gonna, just gonna have to dial in and, play. I don't think we, as a group, we all have played like a together game in terms of, just being disciplined, not just offensively but defensively. So I feel like we really keyed on that, and I think the best is soon to come.
Coach Davis said last year before the game at Cameron that he showed you guys that Showtime Lakers documentary and was trying to get you to fight and all those sorts. Has he pulled out any tricks like that so far this week?
Not yet. I don't think there's gonna be no tricks needed, just because if we know he's there, and we're there too. So there's no tricks needed for this one.
Did you feel like that week was he on a different level even last year?
100%. Like he said, it's national TV. What more can you want? And he said, these are the matchups, and we're gonna guard, and we're gonna guard, and we're gonna go down there and play Carolina basketball. And that was the main message, and that whole week leading up, like we all had a feeling like we can really do this, despite what everybody else is saying.
Armando was saying he has print of the pull-up dunk at Duke where Caleb's got his tongue out. You know what I'm talking about to finish it off. Did you save anything from? I mean, I don't know, the Caleb shot over Mark Williams. I mean, do you have a photo
from either the Final Four or
yeah? Do you have like a memento or like a keepsake?
I have a picture. Yeah, like pictures of me. I think it was like at Duke. It's a picture of me like jumping in the air.
Right at the buzzer.
Yeah, at the buzzer.
Yeah. Like skipping, right?
Yeah. I was like just super excited and how well I played, and how well we played collectively. So
just in your apartment?
Nah, actually in my phone. I haven't printed out yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do you guys need to do offensively to keep opponents from sagging on Armando as much as they did in the last game?
Just be a threat. We all know our capabilities and potential as individual players, and that's getting the ball inside Armando, or we could also penetrate and get the ball to the basket. We're all talented downhill type of players where we could either create for ourselves or create for others. So I think that's what we're gonna have to do. Live in the paint.